Welcome to Watchat, where we chat about watches and other facts of life. After conquering the highest peak on land, what do? You begin to explore the deepest depth of the ocean. The Montblanc 1858 IC automatic date here is Montblanc's latest creation. This is Montblanc's first ever dive watch. It comes with different color dial, the black, blue and green. To be entirely honest, I've got serious issues with this design. Before we go to that, let's talk about its rudimentary details. The case here is made out of 316L stainless steel that is brush finish all over save for the bevel on the lugs that are polished finish. The watch is measured at 41mm in diameter and 12.9mm in thickness. There are no screw holes on the lugs. However, fear not, Montblanc has incorporated levers on the bracelet or strap for easy change of it, which I think in today's watchmaking standard, that should be the basic sine qua non in all watch brands, especially the well sought after brands. Don't you agree? The bracelet here has a 3-piece solid link that are all brush finish save for the edge on the center link that is polished. The links are pretty thick, and the side is also brushed. The bottom of each links curve inwards to help avoid pinching hair and skin. There are screw pins for easy adjustments. Speaking of adjustments, the buckle has a twin push double deployment buckle that is pretty well built, that has the same brush and polish finishing flowing from the bracelet. The brand name Montblanc is engraved on the buckle. Underneath the buckle, there is an easy micro adjustment level. One just needs to press and push to adjust to the right size. The buckle on the rubber strap, on the other hand, does not have that function, which I did not manage to film it. My apologies there. The case back here is a closed case back with a laser engraving image of an iceberg and a diver. The crown here is engraved with Montblanc's signature icy mountain emblem. It is of course a screw-down crown, giving it a 300 meter of water resistance. The watch is powered by the automatic and self-winding MB 24.17 caliber, which is a modification of a Sellita SW200-1. It has 25 joules, 28,800 VPH and 38 hours of power reserve. The bezel here is a color-matching unidirectional rotating ceramic bezel. Unlike most diver bezel that has a 15 or 20 minute countdown timer indicator, the bezel here has every minute marked out, giving it better purpose for timing beyond that 15 or 20 minute diver countdown timer. The sapphire crystal here has AR coating. The plume design hour and minute hands and that very long second hand all have lume on them. Same goes with the 12, 6, 9 as well as the brick shaped markers all have lume on them. You can change the date using the quick set date function or by rotating the minute hand. If it's the latter, the date starts changing at 11:40 PM and completes the turn at 11:53 PM. The dial here is meant to reflect the icy glacier. This black glacier pattern dial is inspired by the
mer de glace,
which means sea of ice, the main glacier of the Montblanc Massif. This texture was achieved using a technique called the
gerald boisé.
To achieve the
Gerald boisé.
finishing, a special wood is used to carefully scrape the surface to create the pattern. The black dial here under certain lighting looks brown. The patterns here consist of both black lines and white motif on the dial. I must say, the way this dial is made, it is more intriguing than any of Rolex's dial design. So, why do I have an issue with this design, you ask? The words Montblanc, 300 meter, 1000 feet, 1858 IC, Swiss made, and the patterns on the dial, including the minute track, are all in white. I personally think that Montblanc may be on something here with the icy glacier design. However, there is probably too much printing going on the dial, which clutters it a little in my humble opinion. Perhaps a hint of color would help, such as a colored tip on the second hand or a colored 1858 IC, perhaps in red. Again, that's just my humble opinion. Another problem I have with this watch is how far the markers are placed from the edge of the watch, and yet the minute and second hand extends beyond the markers. The gap is more apparent between the edge and the date window, which brings me to my next point, and that is Montblanc's inconsistencies. The number 12 on the 12 o'clock marker here seems to have two different font size. If you look closely, the one seems to be taller than the two. Then there is that distorted font shape used on the date. The 8 seems fine, but the 9 looks really horrible when comparing it with the 9 o'clock marker. The thin font used on the date gives it a rather cheapened feeling as well. If only they continue using the same DNA on the geosphere, which has a rather good design on the date. My last issue with this watch is the weight it has with the bracelet. The bracelet feels really solid and really heavy for a 41mm watch. However, on a rubber strap, the weight is bearable. These are just some of my views of the watch. Like I said in my past videos, don't just take my word for it. Go check it out yourself and let us know what you think of it in the comments below. If you like this kind of video, do hit that like, share, subscribe and bell icon to support me, and I'll really appreciate it and promise to make more videos like this. Until the next one, thank you for watching.